So I've been living in Spain for 5 years, and one of the most frequent questions I get or conversations I have around living in Spain is what is it like living in Spain as a Black woman? And that question often gets thrown at me for many reasons because as I've learned from others and even from my own experiences, Spain has a complex relationship when it comes to the people of different races and different colors. And so I've been very fortunate that my experience in here in Spain has been very positive, integrating with the locals, having these conversations about racism. Like I haven't myself personally experienced a lot of racism here in Spain, but that does not mean it doesn't exist. And so, since a lot of people have asked me this question, I had thought about creating something that would give a more broad perspective of what the Black experience can be like in Spain. And so, in this video, I had the honor of interviewing someone who is a fan of Spain, who's also a Black woman. And we recorded the conversation, I believe, last summer in 2024. And so in this video, you're going to learn about her experience in Spain as a Black woman traveling with her family. And so hopefully, if you're interested in coming to Spain and if you want to travel to Spain and you're a Black woman or a person of color, this will give you a little bit more insight. Now remember that we are speaking on our experiences, and so your experience might look different, and that's very possible, and I think that's very true no matter where you go. But this is just to give a little more insight and a different perspective. Hi, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Kiersten. I'm a multidimensional person. Multidimensional person. As I mentioned before, I've been living in Spain for 5 years. I'm also a freelance writer and a travel coach. And here on my channel, I like to talk about all things travel, personal development, money, and if you like this conversation that you're about to listen to with KJ and her experience in Spain, and you want to know more about what living in Spain is like, then definitely subscribe through travel, changing your money mindset, and all in all, living your best life. KJ, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi guys, I'm KJ. I am from KJ Around the World. I am an educator, I'm a mom, and last but not least, I am a traveler, and I'm so happy to be here with Kiersten today.
Yay! I am so happy to have another conversation. I think the first time we really met was to do a recording of your podcast, which was amazing. And just being another Black female solo traveler, and now you're in Spain, where I live, which is amazing. I really just wanted to have another conversation with you to learn more about your experience here in Spain as a Black woman. I think that, as we were talking about before we started recording, Spain can kind of be very polarized when it comes to Black people. Some people love it. Some people say that it's uncomfortable for them. There are some, you know, controversial things that happen every year when it comes to race, but I wanted just to open up the conversation more and highlight other people's experiences, other Black women's experiences. But I first wanted to know, what drew you to Spain? Why did you decide to travel here?
So, I'm gonna start by saying, back when I'm gonna say maybe high school, I watched a movie called Le Berge Espagnol, and it was about Erasmus. I didn't know what Erasmus was, but it was a French guy. He came to Barcelona on Erasmus. He was living in an apartment with like people from everywhere. I mean, there was an American there, there was Italians there, like there was Russian there. Like it was like a lot of different people. And so the vibe of the movie was just so awesome. It was like seeing the places, all the things. And I was like, I need to go to Barcelona too. Right? Like this looks like a vibe. I have to get there. I don't know how. Mind you, I'm in high school. right? Poor, working class family, like single mother. Like I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm gonna get there, right? Um, and so fast forward, I'm, a mom working in education. Um, and my brother, I think this was like, I think 2019, right? I was telling my brother, like, I want to
Mhm.
do this trip. I've been wanting to go to Barcelona forever. I need to go. I need to go. And finally made it, not in 2020 as planned, because we all know, right? But finally made it in 2022. And I was just like, I have to go back, right? Like, after all these years from high school, dreaming about this place, wanting to come to this place, finally made it. And I was like, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Even for my honeymoon, when I went to book things for my honeymoon, we went to Mallorca, right? Like,
Mhm.
I had always been drawn to Spain. I don't know if it was the food, the culture, like just everything about the place was, come to me, come to me, come to me. I'm yours, right? And so, from my honeymoon, from traveling here with my brother, from, watching this movie about Erasmus culture and students being able to go to different places and learn about different cultures and people and connect with different people, I've
Yeah.
always been drawn to this place. And so that's what brought me.
Yeah. I love
When
it.
you first came to Spain, or even when you came back, were there any like worries or like precautions that you had about coming to Spain, particularly as a Black woman?
So, like when I came on my honeymoon with my husband, we were in Mallorca and we actually didn't stay in the city. Like, I know many people know about Palma, but we didn't stay in the city. We literally just went to the city one day. The rest of the
Mhm.
time we were out on the other side of the island, like out in community, in neighborhoods. And
Mhm.
like, I was just like, yeah, I like village life. Village life seems like it's for me. People mind their business, but they're there to help you when they need to, you know? I was like, I like this. I like this. Even coming to Barcelona the first time with my brother, like we didn't stay in the city center either. Like we were out in San Marti, and that was like again a community environment. People mind their
Mhm.
business. If you need help, they're there to help you. They're there, if you have questions or anything. But on the most part, like there's no one in your face, no one's bothering you. Even this time around, like coming, we're in a neighborhood, we're in a community, and legit, like no one has said anything to me. No one has been rude to me. So I wasn't like
Mhm.
worried about anything.
Mhm.
But thinking about us.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I love that. I love that. Like if you're not thinking about me, you're not worried about me, like you're minding your business, I'm minding my business, and we keeping it moving.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Yeah.
Right? Like no one's following me in stores. Like so I've never felt uncomfortable here anytime that I've been in Spain. So
Yeah. That's great. And I think that's really refreshing. And I think maybe, I don't know if this actually had something to do with it, but I would like to think that it did, is that you talked about first kind of like going into like the smaller cities and the villages and the towns, and kind which I think can be even more of a like a culture shock for both you and the people living there, because and I know that I live in a smaller town as well, a smaller city, and there's just not a lot of Black people that go to those like smaller villages and the smaller places. So there are people, and I've encountered them myself, that have really never had interactions with Black people. So to be able for you to go into a similar type of environment where people may or may not have had exposure to Black people and still be respected, it sounds like, and unbothered, which is a blessing in itself as well. I think that is amazing, and it kind of is very encouraging. I think to be like, oh, okay, I can just go about my business, and not have to worry about anything. But one thing that I know I still do experience on a pretty normal basis is this staring. So, and this is mostly just from like older people. And again, I think it goes back to like they've never seen a Black person before, and so they're kind of just like, oh, like, so they stare, I think, not in a way of like disgust or anything like that or disapproval, but it's more of just like, oh, this is
Hmm.
interesting. Like, I've never seen this
Yeah,
before.
yeah. It's like,
Yeah. Have you had
no, I
anything?
get you. I get you. I'm trying to think if I've had anything similar. Um, I mean, honestly, like I'm the queen of unbothered. Like I don't
Yeah.
even like legitimately when I travel, I'm like it's probably a problem because I probably should look around more and be aware of like people, but like I'm about my business and I'm just
Yeah.
like I'm going to where I want to see. I'm looking at the things I want to look at
There you
and
go.
like I'm really not paying attention to if people are looking at me or
Yeah.
I mean, like I haven't had experiences where people are staring me down like that,
Yeah.
right? Like
Okay. Okay.
I haven't had that. Like even like yesterday we were in Zaragoza, which is a completely different vibe than in Catalonia. Like people like when people we would walk into restaurants or anything, like a lot of the viejos were like, saying hi to my husband and
Hmm.
saying things to him and like God bless you and we're all God's
Mm-hmm.
people and you're welcome here and I'm just like
Mm-hmm.
okay what whatever you like, like my son, we were in a museum and my son had to go use the bathroom. He went and they were like, we don't have a bathroom, but you can go here and try a bathroom. Like this kid went into some store, used some bathroom. I'm like, you made it back, hey, okay. Like you know I wasn't worried like, oh my God, I should go with him or like, no, bye.
Mm.
Like bye. You want to use
That
the
is
bathroom?
a thing. Yeah. Like, go figure it out. Go ask
No,
questions.
like literally go figure it out. Like I feel that because I wasn't worried or I wasn't even thinking about like, oh my God, what's gonna happen to him? Like, I don't know what it is. Like I don't feel afraid here. I don't feel worried here.
Mhm.
Like someone's gonna hurt me or hurt my kids or anything like that.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
just it's been like a very interesting experience.
Yeah. In my experience, I kind of feel like people might notice and might think of my skin color when they first see me, but as they kind of see me move around and kind of they see that like, oh, okay, like I I'm doing stuff here. I'm a part of this. Like I'm not like
Yes,
kind of like
yes.
okay, they're here. So how do I? And then if you need something, they're like, yeah, this is where you go. Like there's not a lot of hostility, which is really great.
No, like I've experienced nothing but like true helpfulness. Like, and when I say helpfulness, like, oh, we don't have it, but we'll order it for you. We don't have it,
Mm-hmm.
but you can check over here. Or, you
Yeah.
know what? Maybe you can come back tomorrow. So and so will be here and she'll help you. And like my Spanish is not perfect, but like I try my best.
Yeah.
What I find funny in Catalonia though, like even if you're speaking Spanish, they'll really try to speak English to you. And I'm like, no, no,
just
I need to practice this. I
yeah.
need to practice this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to struggle. And I need you to like go along with me because I need to practice this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, or like sometimes I'll have them tell me, like, I'm practicing my English. So, like, we got to help each other here. Like, I'm practicing my English. You got to help me out.
Mhm.
Right? So,
Mhm.
I think it's so interesting how we function here, as people. Like even when my kids were at camp and like I was out solo, like it was just a different vibe. And I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't know how they're gonna get me out of here, but like I love it. I love it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I've tried to convince my kids to like go places by themselves. Like okay, go to the cafe or go here or go there. And I think
Mhm.
because we come from a culture of cars
Yeah.
and a culture of being micromanaged, it's like,
Mhm.
oh, I don't know if I should go there. It might not be safe. Right? Like no, go.
Mhm.
go.
Yeah,
You
just
move
go.
your money, go, bye. Right? And I think that seeing kids here roaming around and doing their thing, and even like when I was in Helsinki, right? Like seeing how kids just function, it's like no one's thinking about you. Like no one's like, oh, there's a kid, I'm gonna hurt you. Right? It's like people
Mm-hmm.
are minding
Mm-hmm.
their business, right? And kids
Right.
are going about their business. And I want my kids to like not be afraid when they go out into the world, opportunities as much as possible to do things
Yeah.
because the world is a big place. And I want
Yeah.
them to be explorers, I want them to be able to go places and do things and not be afraid. And so I try to do that by example as well, right? Like going
Mhm.
places and not being afraid and you
Yeah.
know, I've done some solo traveling and I love solo travel. And I
Yeah.
feel like being here, it's continued to like cement my thought on it's okay to go alone. It's okay to do
Mhm.
things. You're gonna be
Great
okay.
thing about Spain that there is that overall safety. Like obviously there are unsafe places. I'm not saying that Spain is safe everywhere, but overall, and what I've seen in my experience is that yeah, it's like people are focused on them. They're not they're not really focused on everyone else.
No, legitimately. And I think there's something here where like I don't know about other people, but I know for me, like you can tell the places that are not safe. Like if
Mhm.
I've gone to a place once or twice, I'm like, you're not catching me here at night, right? Like it's fine in the daytime, but at night things go down.
Yeah.
Stuff is going down at night, right? And so it's being mindful of that. It's being mindful, like and being street smart, like, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm good,
Yeah. Like,
right? Like,
yeah.
don't try to, we're not bold here. Like, don't try to be like, safe and like
Yeah.
watch the news also, right? Like, I've been watching Spanish news. I even watch Andalusian news because,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
like, I think it's important to like be in the know what's going on, right? If you're gonna travel, like get in tune with what's going on. Like, don't just go to a place blindly, right? Like, watch some news, read some news articles, maybe join some publications or newsletters to find out what's happening in the place. So when you show up, it's not like, oh, I didn't know this place had crime, or I didn't know this neighborhood had crime, or
Mhm.
prepare yourself, right?
I think that's such a great tip, and I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about it, especially as a solo travel. To like you said, be aware of the news. Like knowledge is power, and I think for any like solo travelers out there, knowing that safety is something that you actively do, and if you want to feel safe, like information is that key to feeling safe. Knowing what to expect, knowing what's happening, watching those news channels, like you said, I think is excellent advice. Yeah. Mhm. So, what has been like your overall experience as a Black woman in Spain? Is it even something that now, just after our conversation, I'm wondering if that is that even anything that like you think of like, okay, yeah, I'm a Black woman here, so I have to be cautious or have to be concerned about how I carry myself.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
I think that what is, and let me tell you something that I did find, and I told my husband about that the other night. So, like, I take walks. I love walking. Anybody that
Mhm.
knows me knows I love walking. Um, Even on my yoga page, I did like a walking challenge a couple months ago.
Nice.
Like, I love walking, and so like. I go out, like, mind you, these people are eating dinner at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, right? So, like, the place comes alive at like 9, 10 o'clock at night. And so, like, I'm out, I'm walking, and I'm like, in the daytime, not only do you rarely see people, period, unless it's tourists, but like, so like if you're out in the super early morning, like when I was taking my kids to camp, like you'll see people having breakfast. They're at, the local spots. In the like during the day, you'll see some tourists out, maybe some workers going out, right? In the night, like you see everybody, like everybody's outside, Kiersten. When
Yeah.
I say like everybody's outside. And so if you come and you're here in the daytime, you're like, oh my God, I don't see anybody that looks like me. You haven't been outside long enough. Because what I've noticed is that I've seen a lot of people that look like me at nighttime. Listen, and I mean, it's not like it's tourists or like it's people who actually live here. When you go out 9, 10 o'clock, oh, from Brits to Americans to our fellow Africans, like they're out here. I think it's just something for people to be mindful of. Like when you come, there might be places where you go to and you feel like you are the only one
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
Not. It's just these people are at work and they're minding their business. And when they go out at night and it's dinner time or they're going to walk their dog, or because everybody has a dog out here, like that's when you'll see them. That is when you'll see them, right? I'm very interesting to think about like how I see myself as a Black woman. Like I don't even think about it. Like
Yeah.
I don't even think about it because I've been treating with nothing but respect. And now that I know the secret of everybody comes out at night, like even if I might be the only one, down the street during the day at like 1 o'clock, which is maddening, right? I know at nighttime, everybody gonna be outside. So once it's about 7, 8 o'clock, people are.
Yeah, I love it. It's like KJ's insider tip. It's like wait until the sun goes down, or wait until it gets that like after 7 p.m. And because I think that's a big concern, and I think that I know I've spoken to travelers, I've read blogs and stuff of travelers, specifically Black travelers, that when they go places, they look for Black people. They want to make sure. And I think that's very true for a lot of Americans, because it's kind of like when you see other Black people, it can give you a sense of security of like, oh, I'm not the only one here. And if something goes down, because that's not something that happens a lot in the States, if something goes down, it's like, at least I know there are other people that, might have my back. And so I think that's such a blessing that you can just exist. And I think that's what a lot of Black travelers are looking for when they're going out and exploring the world. It's just being able to exist in a space without the burden of like, oh, I'm this Black person. Will these people treat me okay? Am I in danger because of the color of skin? Is there racism? Is there hate? And just be able to exist, I think, is such a blessing. Yeah.
No, it is. And like honestly, I think also it might be like if you're in a really super touristy area. I feel like that also is something that people need to be mindful of. Like I'm in a neighborhood, I'm in a community. And so like we're going to the same cafes every day. We're going to the same empanada spot like every day. We're going to the same steakhouse every day. So like the people know us, right? So when we show up, they're like, oh, la guapa, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's very different when you're in a tourist area and it's like they're seeing different people coming up all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Right? Versus you're in a neighborhood, you're in a community, there's people there, you see the same people all the time, you're going to the same pharmacy, the same grocery store, like right, the same butchers. Like it's
Yes.
the constant, okay, I've seen this person, right? I'm not in their head, so I don't know, but it's like, oh, I know this person. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. And
so
go ahead.
I think what it is for many of us, like maybe we want to stay in like touristy areas because we feel safer, but like that's actually like it's the opposite. Don't stay in the touristy areas because A, they know you're a tourist, and B, you become a target. So
Yeah. I think so. I'm gonna leap here, and when I say this, and I don't, again, I this is just from my experience. I can't speak. I'm not in the minds of Spanish people, but I think that it is one, like you said, going back, and that's something that I've done too, living in a smaller city, of going back to those same places, going to the same cafe, almost every day or consistently, building this kind of almost like rapport with the local people.
it's a very different vibe, and I'm not saying it happens to everyone, but I know it's been a great experience for me. Whether I'm going out solo or I've got these children with me, whether I'm going out solo or I've got my kids with me or, anything like that. Like it's just a completely different vibe. And I think that it's really important for people to, oh, here they come. I think it's really important for people to be mindful that when you're coming to a new place, like you want to just really embrace the space, right? You don't want to treat people the wrong way, because if you treat them the wrong way, they're going to treat you the wrong way. So I think it's really important that we just be mindful of those things,
Yes.
Like to come through a place, run through and just take, and not try to give something back, right? Try to give something back. And yeah, you're spending your dollars there, but there's a difference in spending your dollars and really trying to get to know the people and having conversation with the people,
Yes.
Yeah. Big
Because
difference.
I've seen, and I love that you said that, because I feel like I've seen like some articles about like the over tourism happening in Barcelona and other areas. And some locals are like, we don't want your money. Some tourists will go up with this audacity of like, well, I'm bringing my money. And tourists are like, well, we don't want it. We don't need it.
Yes. No, but like seriously, they don't care. They honestly don't care about your money. Like they could care less about your money. It's like we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. The important thing is to make connections and really get to know people. And I take yoga classes here, so I've had like again another experience, another layer of connection that I think you don't have if you're just
in and out. Yeah, we're just running through it. Yeah, exactly. Yay! Is there anything else that you would like to add, or anything else that we didn't talk about that you want to mention? And then after that, please share how people can follow you and stay up to date with you.
I mean, there's nothing else I'd like to add. I'm just so grateful that you were able to have me on, Kiersten. It was a treat meeting you and connecting with you and having you on my podcast, Loves Teaching Will Travel. And I think that, where you've come from in your journey, it's just such an inspiring story. And I'm so inspired by you. And I hope, my audience continues to be inspired by you as your audience is inspired as well. I can't really think of anything else to add. I mean, I've had a wonderful time here. I really don't want to leave. But, we got to go home someday. But I think I can just say, if you are coming to Spain or Catalonia, like just be open, right? Be open to what's happening. There are some days that are going to be perfect and some days that are not going to be so perfect. And, be open to connecting with people and meeting people. And yeah, sometimes like, people here are going to direct their animosity towards tourism to the wrong people, but it's something that you should, think about in a space of, what if it was you? What if this was happening to you where you live, right? How would you feel? How would you react? And so it's always important to sometimes put yourself in other people's shoes. And as someone who has different things, try new things and see what happens, right? Because you'd be surprised what you encounter and, what life has to present to you. So
amazing. Yay. Thank you. I think that's such great advice. And I know you mentioned your podcast earlier, but if you want to mention it again or mention any other things that you have going on, so that people can stay in tune with you and follow you.
Like, honestly, Kiersten, what don't I have going on? So if you're interested in teaching, whether it's teaching abroad or teaching online, you can listen to my podcast. It's Loves Teaching Will Travel. You can also reach me here on, if you're on YouTube, you can reach me at KJ Around the World. You can reach me on my blog, kjaroundtheworld.com. I've also got some yoga stuff going on that, I'm doing all of the things because there are things that I love and things I'm interested in. And next time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Kiersten.